Yeah.
I started a business. I've written 2 books. This one right here being my first book, which is covers all everything that we're talking about now, which is the modern guide to finding aligned love, the modern guide to finding and building fulfilling relationships. And this book basically is a touch point of all of the things that I learned
Yeah.
over the years, everything that I've researched, and it's not a super in depth book, but it touches a lot of areas that I think that would help a lot of people, both men and women, get into fulfilling relationships. And
Yeah.
so, but I released that back in July. I'm 43 years old, and I'm just now coming to the realization of a lot of these things at
Hmm.
43 years old. And so the point that you made about guys being in their 20s, a lot of the guys in their 20s couldn't pull their head out of their couldn't put their head out of their ass if they was looking at it in a mirror.
Good. Good.
And so, and that's going to be it. There will be men. Let's be honest, right? There will be exceptional men at that age who, got lucky and figured out some things. Maybe they had an upbringing where that kind of thing was educated into them. So, for example, my 15-year-old son, I'm educating him now,
Yes.
introducing him into. We figured out his passion, so I'm introducing him into those things. He's into cars. He knows a lot about cars. He's doing photography at 15 years old. He does exotic car photography. And so I'm putting him into spaces where exotic cars are, and
Yeah.
buying him, upgrades to his camera and all of these things, right? Teaching him young so that when he gets into his 20s, he's 10 steps ahead of where I was.
Yeah.
And so he may, by the time he hits 30, he may be a six-figure earner or a millionaire or whatever it is, right? Because that's what his desire is. His desire is to make enough money to retire his parents. But he has that drive and that desire at the age 15. When I was
Yeah.
15, I didn't think nothing. Wasn't nobody telling me about that kind of stuff. Wasn't nobody putting me in those kind of spaces. No shade to my family or any of my friends or mentors at that point in time, but it just wasn't a thing, right?
It wasn't a
And
thing.
and so that's the thing that I think, especially women in their mid 20s to early 30s, they have to understand that. Now, with that being said, it's our responsibility as elder statesmen
Yes.
who have
Yes.
learned these things to educate the younger generation so that they don't make the same mistakes that we made, and they get a leg up,
We
right?
have to.
Just like you say, you teach your daughter. I teach my son um the things that I wish that I knew.
Hmm.
And so, one of the things that I've told him is like, don't focus on women, don't focus on girls, don't focus on becoming focus on school, focus on becoming better at what you're already doing, perfecting your craft, learning how to be better and to take it to the next level. And then go out and reach the level of success that you desire, and let the women be a byproduct of that.
Yes. Yes.
And
That.
interestingly enough, when he was here over the summer, I asked him, I said, "Do you know what type of girls that you like?" And he said, "Any girl that I'm going to want to be with, she has to like cars." And so at age 15, he's already identified the type of woman that he wants.
Yeah.
So that already puts him ahead of the game.
Head of the game. And that's what that's and that's what I be telling to my little young bulls at work. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to wanting to have a preference in a woman. The way the social media is going is basically it's being one sided. Women should only have to have a preference. Men not supposed to, and that's absolutely wrong. That is totally wrong. All right. As a young man, I wish I had an older person to tell me, hey, the person that you choose to be the mother of your child is going to have a heavy outcome on the rest of your life. I didn't have a male in my life like that to teach me like that. I had to piece together different males. You know what I'm saying? Some was fictitious, some was live. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite things I tell everybody, I learned how to be a father from watching James from Good Times. You know what I'm saying? That's how I learned how to be a father. You take care of family, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, you go out there and you work hard, you do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I had my brother-in-law, he showed me some things about being, but no one stopped there and told me how am I supposed to pick my partner. You know, I was just going, I was just out there in that world, just looking for something, whatever caught my eye. And what I tell my young bulls at work now, I tell them, hey guys, that woman that you choose, I say, because in actuality, you choose is the woman. So the woman that you choose, you need to look into it. Yes, everybody wants a beautiful woman. Everybody wants a beautiful woman. But let's be realistic. Not all of us a beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying, adjacent. I'm a strong, you know, I'm a strong 7.2. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, listen, I'm a strong somewhere between 4 and 5.
and if I tell, I go for what's in my range limit. I go one up or two down. You know what I'm saying? I go one up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So but I told myself, hey, I know I'm not no Idris Elba, baby. You know what I'm saying? But after my divorce, I started taking the role of choosing a woman. I'm not really looking, you know what I'm saying, for a looker. The woman that I choose got to have three things. You know what I'm saying? She got to be financially knowledgeable, because once again, I'm not taking on all no debt ever again. She got to be financially knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? She has to have a loving heart. And the third thing, she got to be fun to be around. You know, and because going back to your earlier statement about accountability and thing, in actuality, my marriage was over due to me. Yes, I got cheated on. Yes, and blah blah blah. But once I made that decision to stay, I was supposed to throw all that out the window and become. I couldn't do that. I knew in my heart I couldn't do that. But I stayed. And so I became ornery. You know what I'm saying? I became very, you know what I'm saying, passive aggressive, you know. And so then at that point, it turned her off. So yes, I destroyed my marriage. It ended my marriage because I didn't take the accountability. Hey, you can't take a woman cheated on you. I believe if I would have just said, hey, we need to walk away from this here, I guarantee you our relationship probably would be better than what it is today.
So my question, if you don't mind me asking, so my question is, what do you think led to her cheating in the beginning?
Um, distance, distance.
Okay.
You know about Korea. You'd have been there.
Yeah. Yeah. That was early. That was early in my Air Force career. That was my second duty station. And I
Yeah,
was turned and lit at the same time.
yes, yes. Well, I was, you know what I'm saying? I was in my final years of college and I wasn't available. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing basketball, homework, practice, all this other little stuff. So we was doing a long distance relationship from Korea. When she called, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? AOL was just jumping online, so I didn't understand about email really that good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely not a pen writer. You know what I'm saying? I got the verbal milk, but my written milk is horrible. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? She told me I didn't make her feel wanted. Now,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how many times when we did talk on the phone, I told her that I loved her and she was the best thing to happen because she was saying I was choosing other things. I'm like, well, you know, I'm in college. For me to take to for my school to get taken care of, I got to be on the basketball court. So could I've done more? I could have. I was giving myself an excuse. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I was in my mind. I'm genuinely tired. I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go run bleachers. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to shower, come back, go to class. Being all this wasn't the super brightest, so I had all the tutors. You know what I'm saying? I had all the tutors. So I'm doing homework after homework to try to stay ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the thing. So, but when she came back, that was the first thing I ran and did. I was like, hey, well, I want to let her know, hey, boom, got down on one knee, will you marry me? Well, we should have waited. And after she came back and we talked about all this here, but what? I'm a kid. I'm 22, 23. I was just
Oh
trying,
yeah.
I was just trying to appease her. She's
Do
down.
what you do what you thought was right.
Yeah. Do what I thought was right. She's down. She feel like I don't love her. How the best way to show that you love her and you're gonna be here for the long haul? Go get a ring. Young men, don't ever do that. Don't let marriage proposing be the reason you jump into a committed relationship of marriage like that. You know what I'm saying? Never just, hey, do this here to appease her or to make her happy. Like I said, I shouldn't have done that. We should have came back from when she should have came back from Korea. We should have sat down and talked, and she expressed herself. I expressed myself, and we should have seen if going forward was going to be the best thing for us. But like you said, I was trying to do the right thing. Hey, she's down. She don't believe I love her. What's the thing to do to show her that you love her? Ask her to marry.
Yeah, and you know, again, that kind of goes back to that generational thing, right? It's kind of what we were taught was the right thing to do,
Like
and
Mama said, if she good to lay down with, she good to marry.
listen, you know who you sound like? You sound like Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
You sound like Shannon Sharp right now with all those little sayings. You know, Shannon Sharp got all the sayings.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, and you know it's a it was a serious lack of education, right?
Yes, sir.
It lack of communication skills, lack of uh emotional intelligence, right? Even though emotional intelligence has been the framework that is used and is relatively new. It's been something that's existed for a while. It's just I don't think it had the tag of emotional intelligence um attached to it. And
Yeah.
so we found ourselves in these positions because like you, I got married at 23. Um we found ourselves in these positions where we were how do I want to put this? We were starting to race in last place.
Yes.
Starting to
Exactly.
race starting to race in last place, hoping to catch up. And you know, with the way that things developed and changed in such a short period of time, we were never going to catch up. Not at where we were, unless, you know, we were taught to invest in the education that we needed in order to become successful men in relationships.
Yep.
Which it's doable. Um, with the generation now, they have to be, they have to be educated on what they're up against. And that's where these conversations happen, right? And it's
Mhm.
we don't want to do is we don't want to get on here and start blaming one side or the other. But what we want to do is we want to be real and be honest about where things currently are and what we see, right?